Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to 7 billion humans. So we did the first segment, so let's watch the cutscene. Intro to the morale officers.
Congratulations. You're doing great.
They're robots.
I cannot believe how great you're doing.
As your employee morale officers,
We are here to offer occasional tips on
I
how
wish
to
there was
keep your workers
subtitles.
feeling delighted.
for example,
Come on up, Jeff.
we find that workers appreciate an occasional confirmation of a job well done,
You might say, congratulations, you're doing great.
followed by a gentle but firm pat on the rear.
They're weird.
That avoid Jeff.
When I was his age, I was a refrigerator.
Good work, everyone.
You know how many salads wilted inside me?
With enough teamwork and engineering, even a kitchen appliance can become a
It's
mission
weird that everybody is like
We're not just
two-toned.
building data solutions.
We're building a family.
And the color palettes are all weird. Like, I guess it's an interesting idea though. Like, if you want to draw your characters a little different, I can't complain about it. Instead of just, if these were just Unity characters that were pre-made, that'd be not as unique. Whoa, that was a good cup of coffee. Who wants to do something crazy? See that nice steady straight line of horizontal line of data cubes? Let's be wild and turn it into a diagonal line. This is really good. Leave the first data cube where it is and make that line descend like a staircase. Aha. Data display did a 45-degree angle. Whoever thought of such a thing? Okay, well, then if if the cube you're standing on is a data cube, pick it up. If it isn't, step downward. And then how are we gonna do this? I might be overthinking some of this stuff. So that gets them all to pick it up. But then the question would be, how can we get them to move it down some more? Because only your position is relative. Like, there's nothing else you can check. Apparently we have a number we could use. Okay, well, I guess then the next question would be, why does pickup have a movement location? Now, that doesn't make sense. If this direction is equal to a data cube, drop. Okay. And if what you're standing on is a data cube, pick it up. And if it's not, and then just go ahead and step down. Let's see if that works. Nope. Something messed up there. This is a great example of how these codes should never work on the first try. You can click on each of these characters to see them. This is the one to focus on though. So she picks it up. They all do. They all step down. Alright, at this point, it should be drop, and then I think the real solution here would be to just jump out of the code. Drop and quit. And this will be interesting because that means the execution of the code will change for her and she'll just stop. Again, weird programming, this game. 7 billion humans. Like, you really wouldn't program it to work this way and run in parallel. I can't imagine at any point why you would program it like this. You could do similar things, certainly. You will do similar things, for sure. But you wouldn't visualize it this way or think of it this way. Like, it would be much more realistic. So we now have the challenges. So use 5 or fewer commands, or do it in 6 or fewer seconds. Averaged over 25 random tests. It took me 9 seconds apparently. So, how could we do this to remove some commands? We could probably get rid of that and then move this section this way. But how do we get it down to 5 commands? We're down to 6. And I guess what you do is you just remove this and then you just tell it to always pick up. And that's 5 commands. And then it will just error out. And not do as much coding. Let's see. I don't know if I can do this in 5 or fewer commands. Unless it's not counting the jump commands. I mean, you can definitely remove logic and speed up some of this stuff. And that took 13 seconds. Interesting. I mean, you could do maybe an else command and get rid of that. But then the else command just puts it back in that way. Interesting. If that's a data cube, drop it. They do reach ahead and pick something up. So that would be faster. Pick up that for one step. If it's that way, drop it. Otherwise, step down. That's still 6 lines of code, though. We completed that in 6 seconds. So we got the speed part of that. So then how do we get it with less commands? You can't have them step in the same place they are. So you pick it up, you step down. Maybe that works. That's quite the challenge. We may very well hit that. And we got both answers in the same challenge. And see, that's not even a difficult one, so I'm going to be very interested to see where the difficult ones start jumping in. And now that we've done this, we also see that there's some challenges that we clearly need to go back and do again. These weren't options before. And this is going to get longer and longer to do a single puzzle. I just received the facts. You're experiencing impressive, stunning fanfare. Oh, that's nice. Oops, I meant imminent structural failure. Yes, it appears the room is collapsing and we have to exit immediately. Oh no. Let's keep reading. One of the holes in the room has a nice fluffy exit chute below it. And you will be carried safely in the strong, handsome arms of our rescue squad. Who wrote this? All other holes lead to painful, splattering doom. To find your way, just follow instructions over there. Find your way to the emergency exits. First, make your way towards any data cube. If the cube on it says 1, step up. 2, step right. 3, step down. 4, step left. Okay. They even gave you a nice option. Let's see. And if we do this with else ifs, this will be quicker, but it will not be as efficient in the lines of code, which there usually is a good argument to being more efficient with lines of code, and having readability instead of caring about the anything else. The main issue on this is gonna have to be just getting these guys to move left in the first place. Yeah, because since all code is is done in such a way that you compile it, there's a very good argument to writing for code. See if that works. They have to start by saying, hey, we're not seeing anything, so well, I'm not really seeing this code execute, but it seems like it did. Either that or for some reason. Well, actually, I guess this code probably doesn't matter. So this is gonna work. We can speed it up here and watch it. They all line up in an orderly fashion. It is good to know that they also don't. Good work, everyone. They don't stand on top of each other. Okay, now it's my turn. Help. I don't know how to program. I'm just a manager. Rescue squad. So that was 14 commands. We did it in 25 seconds. Alright, so we don't need this, but I can't just remove it so much. Need to take this out first and then put this here. Then I can remove this part, since they walk left by default anyways. That gets it down to 11 bits of code. Is that gonna be 9 or fewer codes? No, no. Let's see. And that was a slightly slower bit of code somehow. But then the trick to this is simply just get rid of the else's. And that's how you get rid of the commands, is you just say forget the else's, and we'll just run every single line of test. But it doesn't really matter. So that's 9 lines of code. Is that enough? Oops. Probably need to change this to that. Move that there. Let's try that again. That won't work exactly. Or so that's 9 line of code. Is there any easier way to do this? Probably not. It's probably a more complicated way to write it so that it doesn't take up 9 lines. If you used an array, that's what I would do. Yeah. See, much slower than the best speed. So yeah, to take a moment here, what I would normally do here, since you have 4 commands, I would make an array, just a global variable, a constant array that indicated a direction that it should move, and then I would have in the first position a command that would be the equivalent of stepping up, in the second position stepping to the right, third position stepping down, and fourth position stepping to the left. Then I would reference in the array, by calling that global array, the value of the data cube that they were standing on in 1 line of code, and return that value as the action that each individual person should do. That should take 4, maybe 5 commands at most, but that is also super complicated there to have an array, or in some languages you might call it a dictionary, maybe even a tuple. I don't know if I've ever really figured out what a tuple is, and I doubt we will be working with arrays in this game. And I guess these challenges are very difficult. In many cases, not possible to optimize both simultaneous with one solution. Good to know. Let's see the hard ones, and then if we get frustrated with the hard puzzles, we'll go and get the extra challenges on the older puzzles. Important data cubes for management. I put them down on the floor in these horizontal lines, most of them anyway. I kind of zoned out. Would you guys fill in the missing data in each line? Just put those data cubes wherever they fit. Order doesn't matter. I think there should be 1 empty slot below each of you. As long as the horizontal lines appear to be complete, I'm sure no one will complain. Okay. So, pick up the cube. That's 1 command. And then we'll just say, we'll go ahead and step down, since we know it's never going to be that. Then what we'll do, if this equals a data cube, or to the right of you equals a data cube, drop and jump out of the code, you're done. Otherwise, we don't even need an else command there. Just go back up that way. 6 lines of code. Let's see how that works. Well, I ran into a scenario where after we checked that part, we also needed to have an and having an or and an and might be a little bit weird. Like, what we really need to do is we need to change this one to if this equals nothing and to the left of you equals a data cube, and to the right of you equals a data cube. Drop. So generally I would assume in Boolean logic it's going to test this condition and turn that into a true statement, and then it's going to compare that true to this statement or this statement. The or is going to be calculated first, and so as long as one of these comes out as true, then that true will compare to this true, and since it's an and, both have to be true. Theoretically, that should work. But it didn't happen. So we'll put the and here instead, and we'll put the or here, and we'll see if that changes anything. I wouldn't think that that was the way that they would want you to phrase it, but good to know one way or the other. Six lines of code. They wanted you to do it in 5. Speed times. Let's see. They wanted you to do it in 7. It took me 10. Okay. How can we remove one line of code here? The pickup has to be done, the step has to be done, the drop has to be done, so it's just this jump that needs to go. Which I guess you don't really need to jump. So now it's done in 5. And that's 10 seconds. Still again. So how do we do this faster then? See. The faster way would be to not test some things. So pick it up, step down. If it's to the left, drop it. If this equals nothing, then just drop it, I guess. And if to the left of you, see, if to the left of you or to the right of you is not equal a data cube, then pick it up. Hmm. Then just get rid of maybe the if part completely and just drop it. Usually that is the way you optimize for these things, is you just 22 seconds. Well, I'm getting worse. Complete in 7 or fewer seconds. What do they mean by seconds? Measures the number of seconds your program takes to complete. On average, faster is better. Your solution must work 50% of the time to pass. Green bars mean success, red bars mean failure. So you could potentially have some failure scenarios too. Interesting. Well, so you don't really need all of that. You could just look to the left, and in this one scenario, see how much that saves you. 22 seconds. There's one thing you could do. See if that speeds things up. Nope. You could pick it up, and you could step down, and then you could step down 1, 2, 3. See if that's particularly faster by adding more code. Yeah, I got it down to 12 seconds. So perhaps we put 1 here and remove 1 there. Now, does she show up when you beat a certain time? Now I've got it down to 11 seconds. Let's see how much it saves us when we have them drop the data cube and jump out. I assume speeding this up doesn't speed up the execution, because that would be silly to just move the slider. So I guess there's just one robot person appears every time. 6 seconds on average. It said that they wanted you to do it in 7 or fewer seconds. So I just did it faster. And how did I do that? By adding more lines of code, which doesn't really make it a better bit of code by any means. Not by my opinion, at least. And there we just played it the second time and it still was 6 seconds. We didn't get emergency escapades then, apparently. Next is unzip. Let's unzip this line of data. Move the leftmost data cube up. Then move the next cube in the line down. Next one up, next one down. You know, like unzipping a zipper. Yeah, I've already started a solution for you. You're welcome. So here we have another label and number 1 and then a bunch of people. So if next to you is a wall, step up and drop else. Let's see. That code won't even work. We need to do also that. Let's get rid of these. These are just going to be in the way. So it picks it up. Then if you're a wall, it wants you to step up. And then the next bit of that would be to step down. But I don't think that's the best way to do that. These guys are looking both left and right, and they seem to have no meaning in that. I thought maybe all the ones that were supposed to go down would look to the right, and all the ones that were supposed to go up would look to the left. That would have been a little bit helpful. Drop just is drop where you are. You can't put anything down. It'd be so much easier to have a command that just said put everything downward. And these arrows don't even make sense, because this arrow is pointing downward to, I guess, indicate that they want it there. So So what might be easiest to do here is what I was gonna do. But I don't think that works. Not sure how I'd want to use his code in this way. 1 goes up, 2 goes down, everybody else goes down. This is basically his code. If we could read a thing. Is direction an option? If above you is a right, let's test this out. Yeah, that would be dumb. But that might be the best way to do this. If above you is a direction telling you to go downward, then drop. And go ahead and just jump out of the code. Else, step up unless above you is a wall. And if it is a wall, then go this way and loop down, looking for a direction below you. And you two, at that point, jump out of the code. This is a little too messy, so this probably won't work. I don't feel like these directions on the floor indicate that. So yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. See, he really only did enough code here to tell you how to solve the one problem, and it doesn't really make sense. So it's not a worker. This would be dumb to do this, but if the left of you is not a worker, go down one. And if there is a worker to the left of you, go up 2. See what this does. And then are these guys even trying to drop the... Do we even have to drop them? I guess we probably do. Probably doesn't work. That's something of a pattern. It's not the right pattern, but it's a pattern. Let's see. If there's no worker till you go down, only works. Yeah, we're gonna get really quiet really fast at this rate. Move the leftmost data cube one tile up. Move the next data cube one tile down, next up, next down, and so on, like unzipping a zipper. Because you can't really observe anything. You can't really get a column number to divide by evens or odds. It seems like what you would need to do is have everybody then just step down 2. Everyone else just step down 1. And then test if the person to the left of you, if there's nothing, at that point you can drop. Otherwise, it's now going to be step up 2. And then run the same command again. To see if this works. And then drop. Otherwise, step down. There should be a more efficient way to do this. There really should be a more efficient way to do this. Than making this long loop. "17 lines of code." So 17 lines, they say can be done in 8. And they want me to do it in 7 seconds. So, how could we improve the code so it's faster? Or improve the code so it's... I mean, I think if you just added this part, you can fairly easily probably make it faster. I probably don't even need that line. So if I was to then take this and put this at the bottom and then put that there. See if that still works. "17 lines of code, 11 seconds, 13 seconds. Still want more efficiency. Pick up, step up, drop. And then have everybody pick up and then again. No, that wouldn't work. And you could get rid of the else part of this and save yourself a line of code. Probably don't need that. Let's see. If you are dropping something at that point, you can just exit the code. And you could also exit the code for dropping there, and then that will stop the people who have already done the code, which that theoretically should make it faster. But seemingly didn't. Pick up, step up, drop, exit the code, step down. If there's nothing or a wall, don't need the wall part. Really? Is that the only thing? Does that reduce the speed, really? Yeah, that took out 2 seconds. Jump, else. Does that really make it any more efficient? Let's go ahead and have this drop. Also remove some of the code. 13 seconds. So then the question becomes, how could we fix this to be more efficient? If there's nothing here, drop it. Otherwise, walk up to. If there's nothing here, drop it. Otherwise, walk down to. Would it save me any time, really? To potentially put the code this way. This probably won't work. Oddly, it did. But that made it slower, not faster. See. Pick it up. If there is a wall, drop it. Otherwise, and then just jump out of the code completely. Otherwise, go up 1. Feels like there's something I'm missing here, and it's very possible it's something that I would not really need to do. So, you know what, the easiest way to probably do this, since there's no copy and paste system in this, is to simply just duplicate the code and see if this works. So I just add the same things that I normally would, that are already here, and see if, because I do it twice, it doesn't somehow execute twice as fast. Let's see. That should pretty much be it. And if that doesn't do anything, then that'll kind of suck. Well, that didn't work. There must be some other trick to this. If it's a wall, if you see nothing, step up, drop it. Let's see, will this code even work? No, because I did something. I removed a step that was important. Step down. Here, I suspect. Yeah. So that the duplicating of the code might have actually been more useful if I had stuck with that. But there is this walk down and then if this is nothing, drop it and then leave. Else, go up to if you see a coworker, or go down to if you see. Yeah, well, let's try that. Else, if over here as a worker, go up to else, go down to remove all that code. See how that works. Well, that worked for a while. And then everybody else is in an infinite loop. If it's nothing, drop it and you're done. If you see a worker, see a worker on the left, go up. If you don't, or go down. So this one wouldn't see one, so this one go up. If this one is not equal to nothing, or is not equal to a worker, step up and drop and jump out of the code. Else, wise, if you do see a worker, go down one. And then I don't think this is gonna work. It's not really great code here in the idea that they really just have you. They left you with basically nothing as far as what you need to do with the rest of these characters. It is kind of frivolous to imply that this guy started the code for you, and it's probably an inside joke of sorts, and we're going to go long now at this point. But yeah, I do recall, I think the last time I played Human Resource Machines, we ended up in situations where we're probably going to end up here also, where I'm going to work on the code off screen and then come back and show it off, because it's not really worth it to try to do everything on screen. Let's see. If to the left of you, you see a worker. If at this point you see a worker, you should go up 2 and then drop. This guy. Up. Up. Drop. Elsewise, go down 2. And let's see what happens then. Not quite. Not nothing. A worker. If it's not a worker, you should drop it. Else go up 2. I'm confused as to why this guy is not stopping. Probably just because of the way this code is written. Okay. Alright, so then I just need to put in basically the same code again. If this is not a worker, then drop it, otherwise step down 2. I don't even know if we're looking for quicker code or shorter code. Eight or fewer commands and 11 to 7. So we got 13 seconds, which is the fastest we've done so far And yeah, I think that's pretty much like, I mean, you don't really need a lot of this for sure. You could just have everyone step up or everyone step down, but actually in this case we need everyone to step up, and then we could just get rid of all that stuff. We could say now if that jumps, and then that goes in. See, that should probably do the same thing. Of course, that's still 15 commands, and that's 14 seconds slower. Hmm. See, the direction is the question mark I really want to know about. Like, is direction the direction you're moving? I don't know how that would help you either, though. Let's see. And I don't really see a reason to move this around. Step down 2, go check again, and at that point you would need to exit this way. Which I don't think that helps anything. Yeah, I'm gonna give it about 5 more minutes and then I'm gonna end this episode, and I think we will probably in this series have a just chain of lowered expectations, as it were. See, this code in particular feels like it should be not needed to be duplicated, but I don't know how you would do that other than maybe putting things above and doing the test afterwards. If to the left of you is not a thing, drop, and then try to get rid of that code. Hmm. Yeah, I don't particularly see this. See, moving like 2. This shouldn't work. Moves up 1. And then it should test first. And then it should drop. Then everybody else should move down 2. If they didn't drop, which I don't know if you really need an else command there. It's weird that it kind of moves around like that. That it zooms in and zooms out. Step. See, it does feel like you would need to go if your direction is going down, then step 2 up, else step 2 down. But it doesn't seem like that's the case. Hmm. Yeah, I just don't get it. I'm probably getting mental exhausted, and that's probably the reason. And you don't have like a toggle, which would be really how you'd want to do this, is just make a variable called toggle, and then test if toggle is 1, go up, if it's 2, go down, or something along that lines. If this is not a worker, drop, else go up. And then really just feels like you should do something like this. Wonder if there's perhaps a easier solution to this to reduce the number of steps if we check both sides. That might be the smarter move. Maybe that's what the previous puzzle was trying to show us. Hmm. If to the left of you is not a worker, and if to the right of you is not a worker, drop and jump out. Elsewise, go up to, actually it would be down to, If this works, I'll be super surprised. Let's see. Or to the left of you is not a worker. Drop it and leave. Otherwise, just move down too. Well, that's an interesting bit of code, but you then probably would have to run the same command again if to the left of you is not a worker, or to the right of you is not a worker. I said I was going to stop, and I've taken more time. Go up to, this should work, I think. Nope. It would have worked if it was an even number, but nope. Alright, so let's hit this back button and see where this takes us. Okay. So 12 is the number, and about 2 hours straight of gameplay is probably about as much as I can do before I should take a little bit of a break. Yeah. So 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Actually, I know there's 60 puzzles because I said that They said that on the website, on the Steam storefront. So yeah, we're gonna have to focus more on the accelerated experience. Jumping in and doing some of these simpler puzzles might be an option, but we can kind of see already going through this once is the smarter move, and then if I really want the achievements or something like that, I could probably copy and paste all the answers from a website and just save myself time. And it definitely will go to show that I just am not willing to invest as much time in the games now compared to even a couple of years ago when I first played Human Resource Machine, because yeah, I've got a lot of games and it just doesn't make a lot of sense to go crazy into this. If anything, a programming puzzle game like this might be a great antidote to the itch to actually program, although on the other hand it might be a great entry drug, as it were, to programming also, because after playing this game even for a couple hours, I definitely have an itch to have a more powerful programming language available to me so that I could do more things, more creative things, more efficient things, and just type it instead of dragging and dropping things and using a pretty terrible interface. Yeah, I wonder if in this turn of the sequel of the series, if we'll be able to go back and do certain levels with more code. Probably not, but it would be nice if you could, if you got like a God mode unlocked type idea, where, because obviously there's going to be more commands that unlock, commands that would make things like this a lot easier. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and get me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.